Hey guys, we are here with day 17 results, and today we are going to be talking about simpler shopping on the carnivore diet. Yay! And stay tuned to the end, and I will add in a few of my favorite tips. They're just super simple, basic tips. I never liked grocery shopping, right? Like, I would go to the store, up and down every aisle. It was a pain, okay, because I'm that kind of shopper where I have to check every aisle just to make sure I'm not like missing something. Since starting carnivore, it's been so easy. I've been loving it, guys. I get to the store and you pretty much go to the meat section, which is great, and then the dairy somewhat. The other thing I realized after starting this was that I'm automatically more conscientious of ingredients. So, I mean, obviously with any food choice you make, you can pick a cleaner version or you can pick a less clean version with more toxic or processed ingredients. But just doing carnivore kind of automatically makes my brain lean towards the cleaner stuff. So yeah, that's been like a positive benefit since starting. I'm finding like I'm looking at the labels, checking for all the things that they've added in there, like in products like sausage or bacon or lunch meat, all those things, because they can sneak stuff in there that's like kind of yucky, honestly. And you start looking at all that stuff. And I will do a video at some point on nitrates and nitrites. Got to look into it a little bit more. I watch out more for the nitrites because from what I've seen, they're probably a little bit more, iffy for your health. But in moderation, of course, not the worst thing you can consume. So this week, our shopping trip, like normally we'd have like, I don't know, probably like at least 50 different items in the cart. This week, our shopping trip was literally, it was pork steaks, salmon fillets, sausage, some lunch meat. I got the cleanest kind of lunch meat that I could find. Maybe we'll switch that out for other stuff in the future. But yeah, we got some eggs, we got some butter, we got some cheese blocks, we got some pork rinds, and then a few other things for the kids like fruit and milk and stuff. But yeah, it's just been really nice because like I'm looking at the ingredients and I'm like, this is like good stuff. Like it's not as hard to eat clean on this diet, which is great. I'm loving it. I'm finding it's also easier to cook. The cooking is easier. Instead of making like a 3-course dinner, which I do like to cook, so that wasn't the worst, but like with 2 kids, who has time all the time to do that, this definitely saves time. It saves energy, frees me up to do other things like making these videos. And like I spent probably 20 minutes maybe tonight throwing a meatloaf together. Then I threw it in the oven and it was just like in there, ready to go in an hour. I didn't have to do hardly anything. Like once it's done, it's in there, good to go. That was great. So that was fun. It's been fun kind of exploring, learning how to make carnivore versions of things. I will link any recipes that I run across that are just like amazing. I will link those. Again, I'm not going to focus on food too much just because I feel like there's already tons of information out there on that subject. So yeah. But yeah, the meatloaf was great. It was Neisha Berry's recipe, and I kind of modified it for us and what we had on hand. But yeah, Neisha Berry, Dr. Kim Berry's wife, has a great blog, lots of different recipes and recommendations. Neisha's, sorry, I just bumped the table the camera was on. Anyway, like Neisha loves different things, and yeah, this recipe was on there and it was great. So now we will get to the tips that I promised you guys. First one is you can use pork rinds for all kinds of stuff, I'm learning. But lately, for me, I use them to replace, like, breadcrumbs in recipes. So, like the meatloaf tonight. Instead of breadcrumbs or oatmeal, I used pork rinds. You can use them to replace flour-type ingredients if you're making a carnivore bread recipe. There's lots more stuff out there. Those are just the 2 main things that I've run across lately since I've been looking up different recipes, and I've been loving it. And tip number 2, buy cheese blocks when you're buying cheese if you're doing dairy. It's way cleaner. You look at the ingredients of pre-shredded cheese, and it's much longer than for just a block of cheese. And it's really easy and quick to just shred it yourself. It doesn't take that much time, so, it's worth it to me. And if you're doing it fresh too, you get fresher tasting cheese. It doesn't have to have all the anti-caking agents on there, So yeah, I just, like for my meatloaf tonight, I just shredded it up right as I was making the meatloaf. Didn't take much time at all. And it's more delicious and it's more healthy and more clean. Lastly, if you have any bones or cartilage or anything left after you've eaten your meat, save them. Throw them into a pot and throw it in the fridge. And after, 3 or 4 days, add a bunch of water to that, and turn it into bone broth. I made a video on that a few days ago. You guys can go check that out. But yeah, save your scraps. Turn anything that you don't want to chew and swallow, turn it into bone broth because it's still full of great nutrition that you can eat. You can consume it. Yeah, and it'll help your body. It'll do all sorts of good things for you. That is it. That's what I've got for you today. Still going great. Yeah. I'm excited. Still excited. Still going strong. Bye, friends.